Hi there. In this video, we're talking about why staying safe is actually keeping you stuck. That word safe, that comfort zone, that particular comfort zone. It might feel familiar, and I know it all too well, but it's also where your confidence, your creativity, and courage go to sleep. You know that dream that keeps tugging at your heart. Yeah, that one. It's on the other side of your comfort zone. And no growth. Growth doesn't happen where it's cozy. It happens where it's uncomfortable but necessary. I'll say that again. Growth happens where it's uncomfortable but necessary. So if you're tired of playing it safe, second guessing your potential, and watching life pass you by, this video is your wake-up call. Let's first take bold steps together. Now, before that, for those who don't know and who's new to this channel, my name is Adiola. I want to thank you for tuning into my channel today and listening to the video. The fact that you're here shows me that there's a lesson you are looking to learn. And at the end of this video, I hope you would have learned it and I can further help you later. Okay? Now, don't go anywhere until you have learned that lesson. That's why you're here, remember. Yeah? Subscribe, like the channel, and share me with other people whilst you're here. It's good that we all grow together. Now, comfort is the enemy of growth. Have you ever heard that before? Truth, growth never happens in the comfort zone. If you are not stretching yourself, you are not growing. It's like balloons. If you are not stretching yourself, you're not growing. Comfort might feel safe though, but it's often the thing that keeps you stuck. Kai, you know, one day I was saying to somebody, I think that the natural habitat of every human being is to just be in bed, doing nothing, comfortable. You know, they can bring food to me. I can cry and somebody will put breast in my mouth. I can cry and somebody will change my diapers. I mean, that kind of life. You know, my 9-year-old says, Mommy, adulthood is a scam. I don't want to grow old. I want to stay young for the rest of my life. I'm like, that's not possible. You know? It's amazing, so amazing how our natural habitat is to do nothing. So for us to actually do anything and be anything and have anything, we've got to move. And that movement is a stretch. It is like I'm watching Netflix, watching this beautiful series. It's 40 episodes. I'm on 10. But then I have these projects that I need to finish up on. Which one is more alluring? It's my Netflix because I'm in bed without wearing clothes. I'm comfortable, chilled, nice AC. And then I have to stand up and start to think mathematically. Oh, nah, man, let's put that to the side. Or when you lose a job and you're thinking, what are you going to do next? And it feels tough, like it felt for me when I was fired from my job. It was easy for me to just sit down and say, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay here and be wallowing in self-pity. But that place would have kept me stuck. And I know that place all too well because I've lived there for a long time. But I also know what happens on the other side of coming out of your comfort. Lisa Nicole says, your comfort and your progress don't stay on the same block. No, it's impossible. You've got to stretch. You've got to do the things that your natural self. You know, there was a time I couldn't sit down and study anything. I hated school when I was a child. So when I came out, I wasn't interested in reading nothing or learning nothing. Now I spend 10 hours, 12 hours, 7 days a week studying. Because initially it was uncomfortable, but when I went to the other side of what the knowledge gave to me and the value that I brought back to the marketplace, I said, here is where I'm going to pitch my tent. And learning became my happy place. What is keeping you stuck? Today, I stopped by to tell you that the magic happens in the stretch. The magic happens in that stretch. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you don't like it, but you're expanding your capacity for greatness. You're taking risks, you are doing things, you are looking at the opportunities, turning risks to opportunities, and doing the things that scare you, but you are doing it anyways because you understand now that fear is necessary and courage is fear within it. And you know that if you make these moves, it's going to lead you to your breakthroughs. You just know we've gotten to that level now. Because action is the only thing that can get you from where you are, and is always out of your comfort zone. Always out. Oh, I don't know how to market. Marketing is not in your comfort zone, but you need to market. You first need to market yourself, right? Because nobody's going to market you. Oh, I don't like sales. I don't like people telling me to stop shutting me down. Oh, well, guess what? Why not learn how to persuade people to never ever say no to you? What happens on the flip side of it? The no's become yes. And then what does that do for you? That stretch, we don't like it, but is absolutely necessary for your growth. In fact, you grow more when you're out of your comfort zone, when you are stretched and you're in a painful situation, than when you're in your passionate situation. You are more grounded when it's from pain, because that's what's motivating you to pull it. Yesterday, I said to somebody, I will never put myself in a place where anybody has control over my finances anymore. Everything that I need to learn about improving, increasing, growing, investing, stretching my finances, that I'm going to take responsibility for going forward. I told someone yesterday, just yesterday, that's because something happened that hurt me. And I'm like, it's not going to happen anymore. This is the last time anybody will have that kind of power or control over me. I take that responsibility upon myself going forward. It's not going to happen again. And watch me in 3 months. You see what's going to happen. I'll come back in and tell you how I made that promise to myself and I kept it. Because everything that I need to make sure that that promise is held will show up. And I will take all the opportunities. I will take them afraid, but I will take them anyways. And in 3 months, my finances will grow times 10 in 3 months because of the new ideology and identity that I've taken upon myself and the mentality that I've shifted just yesterday. So guess what? We're also doing the same things we're asking you to do. At least I am. I'm doing it. I'm saying, but I'm teaching people, I've got to also apply it. Here it is. I'm going to do it. This is it. I don't understand what I'm doing, but I don't need to understand. I just need to move, because I know that no idea shows up complete. No, I know that. I know it starts with an idea. It starts with a nudge. I take the nudge, it moves to another nudge, and we keep going. Because one thing that I learned is small steps lead to big results. I'll say that again. I learned that small steps lead to big results. Stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't always have to be a huge leap. It's not a huge leap. It's not. It can be as simple as having an uncomfortable conversation or trying something new. I had that uncomfortable conversation with myself, and I decided I was going to do something different, and I will try new things. Elon Musk, the world-renowned Elon Musk, was once an unknown entrepreneur, and his journey into the unknown with ventures like SpaceX and Tesla was full of risks and full of discomfort. But look at him today. He's lost a lot of money, but he's also revolutionized an entire industry and industries just because he wouldn't take no, he won't stop. He made decisions, he made promises, he knew that stretching is the only way he can grow. Doing something you've never done before, doing it till it becomes muscle memory, mind memory, brain memory, and then you move again, you shift again. And it's a continuous process, because spirit is for fuller expansion and expression. And we're living a bodily experience, right? But your spirit wants to achieve more, be more, do more. Now I want you to pick one thing outside your comfort zone today that you've been avoiding keyword, and take one small step towards it today. Jump on my course if you need support, the 9 elements of you, or book a session with me and let me help you act despite the fear that you're going through. I've got a lot of content that you can jump on. I've got another course called Change Your Habits, Change Your Life. It will literally do that, because when you change your habits, you change your life. And my new book, The Transformed You, I have all this content that I've created because at some point in my journey, I needed one of the things that I've created to share with the world. And this book is one of those things. It's a bit of my story. And then also I shared quite a lot of things that stopped me from being great. And I shared another 16 that from research helped me And if those things helped me, success leaves clues, it will help you too. And if those things blocked me, it will block you too. And I didn't even know that they blocked me. So tap into one of my resources today and let's help you. You know, the reason why I exist today, my mission and my calling is to give people like you who are watching me some kind of support. And invariably, maybe you can also support me later. How about that? Would you like that? You know, I bring value, you bring value, and our value rubs off on each other, and iron sharpens iron. I like the sound of that. I'm sure you do too. Have a wonderful day. Love and light. Adiola.